Whenever. Let me put my cheater readers on.
They're sunglasses.
They're prescription.
Oh, okay.
I can see.
The prescription aviators, the cheater readers. That's awesome.
It was funny because like her insurance, it was like $150 allowance, and these are our net aviators. I was like, shit, I'll just do that instead of contacts for a year. So what we got here, NBA playoffs.
Yeah, tonight, Mavericks versus Timberwolves.
Mavericks are up 2-0.
Yeah, two really good games.
I think Luka's out tonight too.
He's out tonight?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. He's been dealing with like all playoffs long, it seems like.
Yeah.
A little hobbled, but
He's not that old, is he?
Nah, he's young.
Who do you guys see taking if you had to make a prediction?
well, Luka not being in is a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially if they can steal the momentum big tonight.
Overall, or just the West or in the East?
Overall and in for this series too.
Overall, randomly, I have a $100 bet with Paul that the Pacers were going to win this series.
Oh yeah.
So you can imagine how sick I was in game one when they the worst fumble
I
I've ever seen.
I think that
in
might have
NBA.
been their shot at it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they needed game one.
And I knew it. Like after
what
they
happened?
fumbled that, I was like, "There's
Right.
no way they're getting the game this series." Like,
What happened during that game?
It was close all game, and isn't Halliburton or who threw it away right at the end? Was it Siakam got it stolen from him?
yeah, it was a bad inbounds pass. It was just a bad like last minute of the game.
Yeah.
They were up, secured the game. I'm like, all right, I won this. I can talk trash to Paul. I'm sending them emojis and everything, and it just went downhill from there. Turnover, and it's ridiculous.
You remember watching that fumble Kyrie did for the Cavs was it Kyrie? No, J.R. Smith.
Oh yeah, J.R. Smith in the finals. Yeah,
It was the same kind of feeling. It was just like deflating.
You
like,
had it, and then
we had it, and then it's just like
yeah. Especially just to steal home court right game one against the number one seed.
says
and,
right here, Luka available for game 3 after late questionable tag.
I mean, it's been a good 2 games. It's been very entertaining games.
yeah.
I mean, you got the Timberwolves is like just a young, hungry team, and then just the Mavericks kind of just put it together towards the end of the year. I mean, I think they read something where they're playing like one of the best the best defense the last 15 games of the regular season, and that's kind of translated into the playoffs.
Which is odd because the Mavs aren't really good defenders.
No.
And they're just kind of turning it up. I don't
No,
know,
and
it's
I
like
mean their bigs are just rim running.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of lobs.
I don't know if it's the Jason Kidd effect, you know what I mean? Just that championship pedigree, Hall of Fame pedigree.
It's really good to see Kyrie succeeding, especially because he was ostracized by everybody, like everybody in the league.
Yeah.
The COVID shot, ridiculous. The sharing.
I mean, they were given
Just
that,
a share of the video.
yeah, they were given that trade a D grade on ESPN.
Yeah.
And it's like just not only to see him like play good, but like you can tell he's the leader.
Right.
Like he's the leader of that team. He calms everybody down. Even when Luka hit that shot, he's got a finger up saying one more stop, it's not over. Like he's
the spirit.
Yeah, he's definitely the spirit of the team.
Now, I asked Coos and Scott last time we had this NBA episode, I asked, like, do you see a change in like a new generation of players now? Cause,
Oh, yeah. I mean, this too, though, there's guys playing deep into their 30s. Like, we've never really seen that before. I mean, you got a lot of guys that are, before they kind of would have been, that's towards the end of their career. They're just...
Al Horford.
Yeah.
I mean, even
LeBron.
LeBron KD's up there. I mean, even Steph's not young.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Is
Udonis Haslam, I think, might have played his last game this year.
That's crazy. He feels like he's been around since I was a kid.
Yeah. Well,
but it's going to be a good game tonight, too, because
cut that part out.
we're going to see really what Anthony Edwards is made of.
Yeah.
Down 2-0. He even said himself he's coming out shooting.
I think this game is like the breaker. Like, is it going to go to 7 or is it going to end at 5 or 6? Or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah, I
it is
think
may
so.
be. But
Did LeBron go up for free agent?
I think it's speculation.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw
I
a
think he
meme.
has time to
didn't
like
know.
sign an extension with the Lakers or whatever, like a deadline for a deal. But
'Cause I saw the interview with Rich Paul, and he was like talking about the future and that kind of thing. And he
Yeah.
didn't specifically say LeBron was a free agent, but whoever was interviewing him like had said like, "Oh, so are you saying LeBron's a free agent?" And Rich Paul kind of countered that with like, "No, I didn't say anything."
Yeah.
those
So
guys are going to keep it close to
Yeah.
chest until they reveal something.
Mhm.
I think it'll be like it's keeping the NBA market on standby for like, all right, if we draft Bronny, are we
Yeah.
going to get LeBron with the
Yeah.
whole free agency
Right,
talk? Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it makes like the other teams like unsure, I guess,
Yeah.
like until you do sign something.
Right.
You think if you were LeBron, would you stay, or would you, if I guess if you were ring chasing, would you try to move?
I mean, probably unless they can find another third, like a third kind of scorer at least, or some perimeter defense and length.
Yeah.
If
But
if I was ring chasing with LeBron, I think that I would go to the Warriors,
yeah,
Yeah.
or I would try to get on with maybe the Heat. Somebody who just has that pedigree behind.
yeah,
Like,
because
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Davis got through this year, but you don't know if that's going to happen again
Right.
into a deep playoff run because he's got a huge history of injuries.
and they just the Lakers in general. They sign these big name guys in the offseason,
Yeah,
and then they come in and they barely play a game. It's like
Right.
last year it happened with the guard. Forget his name at the moment. Dunn. Happened with Dunn.
Dunn,
Brought
yeah.
Dunn in. He didn't play a game all year, and then they brought Gabe Vincent in.
Yeah, you
He
hardly
played a couple
hardly saw
games.
him at all.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely don't have the. I mean, you see what Timberwolves and like the Mavericks right now, even the Pacers to some extent. You got a lot of young guys just making athletic contributions and stuff, and they just don't really have
Yeah.
the young people that have been in the Lakers system long enough to really make a difference in playoff time.
Yeah.
But I think the NBA playoffs in totality, as much as I hate to say it, I just don't see anyone being able to beat the Celtics. They find a way to get it done. Not only that though, they're getting calls that are unreal. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, when they drive to the hole, they are seeking contact, offensive contact. They're getting a bump off,
Yeah.
they're getting a push off, and it's not being called. But on the defensive side, they're calling every little ticky tack foul, and I don't think you can have it both ways. If you're going to allow Tatum and Brown to create contact, then I don't think you can call the defense for contact, and then
Yeah.
especially late down the stretch. And if that doesn't change, I just don't see the Celtics losing.
And they're going to be the fresher team
Yeah,
going in. I mean, especially if
if they sweep them,
even if like the Mavericks would happen to sweep, they're still your best player is still going to be a little hobbled.
right?
I'd like to thank my lovely wife for being moderator of this episode. One of the owners and proprietors of Sage and Soul Decor Rental. Sage and Soul Decor Rental out of Martins Ferry, Ohio has everything you need for micro weddings, showers, any type of party, and they have multiple collections to choose from. Find them on Sage and Soul on Facebook and sageandsouldecorrental.com. Eventrental.com. Check them out, Sage and Soul Decor Rental.
Live advertisement.
Switching over to boxing, we saw that Usyk got the unified.
I did, yeah.
Beat Tyson Fury, and then everybody's still talking about Ryan Garcia and Haney. Everybody's trying to they're trying to do like hair tests on Ryan.
Yeah, I saw his B sample. He got popped for his B sample. So like both A and B samples both were popped for it, but
He just flat out whooped him.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, you can dig and dig and dig, but he whooped
Right.
him. And honestly, I think that Ryan Garcia would give Tank a good fight if it wasn't for the dehydration.
If you
clause.
look at a picture from the
Yeah.
Haney fight
Yeah.
and the other fight, he's a skeleton of
Hon-
himself.
honestly, him and Tank have no business fighting because they're
No.
completely
No,
different
yeah.
weight divisions.
Yeah.
They have no business fighting each other.
And it was a body shot that took him out too. And if you're dehydrated like that and
Yeah.
you're hitting the liver, it's gonna hurt.
Who'd you say is boxing? Le'Veon? Oh, really?
Yeah, he boxed somebody a couple years ago, but I can't remember who it was. It was another. I don't know if it
That
was.
celebrity.
Yeah, I don't know if it was.
Nate Robinson or
It might have been. I know Jake
Adrian
Paul.
Peterson.
I think it was Adrian Peterson. Yeah, I thought it was another football player.
Yeah.
Then they had there was what was it? Darren Williams fought. Was it Frank Gore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I've seen.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think NBA versus NFL. NBA's 1-0 because Darren Williams won that.
Speaking of, man, these Jake Paul things are getting.
Dude, I know Tyson kills him.
yeah.
But I seen a video of Tyson, and he just looks like he's ready for shit.
I know.
I can't believe that he's about to get into a ball.
I just don't want to see a guy that'll get knocked out. Like it's just
Yeah.
you don't want to. You just don't need to see that.
And plus, by a guy that if as soon as he knocks him out, is going to run around like a little kid.
I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson is fun. It's funny at the press conference though.
Yeah.
He was like he was calling Jake Paul fat and like.
The craziest thing is like it's Tyson. You can't count him out.
Yeah,
because he just has that like extraterrestrial conscience.
Yeah.
Like mindset.
he was hypnotized from the time he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he gets back in that custom auto mindset
Yeah.
before that fight, it could be ugly.
It's funny is I listened to an interview with him saying like how Custom Auto would say like you don't exist, only the task exists. And when we were living at the Etnaville apartment, we left Banjo in this hallway for the day. We had to go to work. We just gated it off. And I came home and the whole place was just covered in dog shit everywhere. And I texted Kayley and told her what happened. And she texted me later. It's like, how's it going, Jake? Or something like that. And I said, Jake doesn't exist. Only this task. And like, because I had to put myself in this mindset to clean it up. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life. Shout out Banjo. And then is Logan Paul like fighting anybody? You don't
I
really
haven't
see
heard,
him.
no.
Who did he fight last? It wasn't Mayweather, was it?
Last, he fought Dylan Dennis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, who had no business probably
No,
putting on
he's a
boxing
jiu-jitsu
website.
guy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. He can win fights. You don't really hear about him winning fights, but it's crazy. This is world that we live in now, and even before that. Like my biggest news flash when you said Logan Paul was the guy talking about his lady or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just so crazy that I don't think a lot of the new age ladies realize it, that what you do can really deter or like drag down your spouse or your partner.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
that is true. That's really
pretty crazy. Like your partner could be successful as they want to be, but the news headline will be like, "Oh, well, his wife does this."
yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
I think that's something that's missing in this generation.
That is a good
for sure.
take.
He's doing WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
They're making money.
yeah. They got Prime everywhere, which basically Prime is a nothing water. You were
Yeah.
explaining to me.
Yeah, it's got like if it doesn't have any like sugar or it doesn't have any like sodium in it, like it's really not hydrating you.
Yeah. You're just basically getting just a bunch of potassium in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing WWE now.
There's also a couple good UFC fights coming up. Islam next week.
Yeah. Poirier said that he might retire, win or lose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said like he wants to. He has kids. He wants to be on a schedule now, and he said especially if I lose, he said I can make the grind back to a championship fight, but he said I just don't think
Right.
I want to.
I'm excited for Connor's return just for the press conference.
Oh,
Yeah,
Just for just this press conference.
I seen a video today on Twitter. I was scrolling through. They said, yeah, Connor fights in, such and such weeks or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, how's this camp going? And he's in the club, like, fucking, like, dancing and having a good time. It's like, it's hard not to like that guy.
yeah.
He's a good time.
He's kind of like that Mayweather. He just knows he's pissing you off, and you'll buy his fight.
Yeah.
I saw his performance in Roadhouse, though. He is not an actor.
Yeah.
It was really rough to watch.
I liked his, he had like a Netflix special, I think.
I didn't watch that yet.
It was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like his way up and.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool to watch. Yeah, he's just even if you beat him, you're not going to say anything better than when he'll still talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red panty night.
Oh,
Yeah, Red Panty
It
Night.
fits everywhere. Like you're playing a kid on duty and you're whooping on
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It's red panty night. Like he just has those lines. It's like it's tough to.
I forget who recently came out. It might have been Biz. Yeah, it was. I think it was Bisbing, and he's like, because he does like the fight nights commentary more than Rogan would. And he was like, young fighters, you have to realize when you get on the mic post fight, you just can't call out Conor McGregor. He said if you're ranked 14 and only lost to like 2 ranked people, you just don't try to do that. You want to try to go for somebody that's like convincing that
Yeah,
would
it's
make a
crazy.
fight.
He was rehabbing from injury, and everybody was mentioning his name.
Oh yeah.
Well, they know it's the money fight, though. You know that pay-per-view is going to sell.
Mhm.
You know it's going to be the money fight.
Yeah, if you look at all the like the top 10 cards in UFC's history, it's just straight down Conor McGregor. I think the biggest one might have been Nate Diaz, maybe him and Nate Diaz
Yeah.
too. Who else is coming up and fighting?
I mean, the Islam card's coming up. I think the Adesanya versus Duplessis is sometime in the summer.
Okay.
That's my favorite fighter is Adesanya.
Oh, it's on.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so fun to watch. When we saw that the rematch of him and Pereira, when he got himself backed into a corner, he acted hurt just to throw like a surprise left. Like I jumped up, everybody just started
jumped up, yeah, we were-
screaming.
That's good stuff.
Edwards, Muhammad.
Oh yeah, another title fight there.
Whitaker and Kalmzat will be good.
Yeah, I'll see how Chimaev deals with like bigger middleweights.
Somebody knows how to defend like takedowns.
Oh, just he's coming up to middleweight now. I mean, he fought Kamaru Usman at middleweight, but
that's right,
Kamaru
yeah.
Usman was a welterweight forever and only had 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
Did Nunez retire from the women's side?
Yeah,
She put some sort of call out to who just joined the UFC, the lady that
I know.
came from PFL.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, but
what's her
a
name?
beast. It's Kayla Harrison.
Kayla Harrison, yeah. I think
Yeah, well, really, she cleaned out everybody.
Yeah.
Nunes.
Yeah.
But now I think she might see this girl coming and
think
fight
she-
now, so hopefully
yeah.
they can come make it like a super fight.
She was unreal watching.
Oh my god.
yeah, to like watch Ronda Rousey come up as a women's sports like trademark and then just see her just get
she
decimated.
just slapped her around.
There was one girl though. Sorry for not remembering her name, but she hung in there for a decision fight against Nunez. But she was getting worked. But she just kept
Yeah.
every round she came out and was just taking the work because I don't think she touched Nunez. She was getting worked.
There was a female fight not too long ago, like maybe 6 months, but this girl was getting whooped on, and then
she was bad.
yeah, the announcer's like, at some point we just can't keep commenting on how good their chin is. Like, we just
You can't talk about how tough this girl is anymore.
Yeah. Rose Namajunas probably has one of the coolest female knockouts when she knocked out Wei Li with a head kick.
Oh yeah.
Did you see recently they came out with Sean O'Malley's coach? They have a video of him talking to Aljo like he's Aljo's coach.
Yeah.
And he was like, Aljo, you got to go now. You got to push. As soon as he pushed, he got countered.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell how much he heard that or what it was, but if it is, I mean, hats off to him. That's a good strategy to make a champion. Just say, go, go, and then as soon as he goes, your guy knocks him out.
Yeah. Kind of teetering on the edge of maybe being illegal.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Yeah, that is your coach. And they warned that guy. I think they warned him mid-fight to stop talking, stop talking shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like simulating a snap count in football.
Yeah. Best news out of the MMA though of recently is Derek Lewis won and he took his pants off again.
Yeah.
That's the best one. That's my favorite fighter because somebody's getting knocked out usually within the first round. So they're really like relevant sports, I think, like other than NBA.
Well, I mean, there's baseball and hockey. I'm just not really well versed in either of those. I mean, baseball just started. Hockey's in the playoffs, but I couldn't even tell you who's in them.
You say you're trying to acquire a Dodgers ticket pretty soon.
Yeah, for the 5th when Skeens is pitching against the Dodgers, that should be
cool.
That should be a great game. Go Pittsburgh, see Ohtani and Mookie Betts.
That's what Scott did when the Red Sox came in. He went on that vet ticket.
I have heard that Paul Skeens has been tearing it up though.
Oh, he's unreal. The Pirates just keep blowing his wins. Like I think we pitched him 6 the last time he threw. He had a no-hitter going, but he had like over 100 pitches. So I can understand why they took him out over 100 pitches with all the arm injuries and everything like that going on. But man, the guy's tossing a no-hitter. You gotta let him go. You gotta let him roll, especially as a rookie. Like that's unreal. And
okay, you want to just go in then? All right.
The other day, a couple days ago, he threw a game and he was up 5-1, maybe 6-1 or something like when he went out in his 6th again. and the team ended up coming back and beating us 7-6. I want to say.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Like we got to let this guy finish his games.
Yeah.
He's unreal. No one's touching his stuff. He's coming in throwing 102, 103 an hour or miles per hour consistently. Like he's got break. Like this is the first time in a long time I've seen a guy throw a fastball that has break. Like you can see his fastball has wicked movement. Like I think he's going to be generational. Hopefully the Pirates don't trade him in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Because that's it's just heartbreaking. Every time we got a guy who's unreal, you see him in another organization in a couple of years.
Now, is McCutcheon back in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He's climbing down to his last years.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he was a man for a while for Pittsburgh baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Did he start in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Did he?
He was there during those the playoffs runs we had.
Mm-hmm.
Still have nightmares about Michael Walker. But yeah, McCutcheon was there for those. So it's nice to have him back, have him finish his career.
Yeah.
As a Pirate, would be nice.
Owner, proprietor of Sage and Soul Decor Rental, would you mind bringing up a video of Kyle Busch getting haymakers? I want to see this again.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen it? Good. It's the Ricky Stenhouse.
I saw the punch being thrown, and I was like, I can't believe he threw that punch. Like any normal person,
You have to turn all the audio.
would have dumped that guy. He threw just the wildest, like
it's like when somebody walks up to you, like he walked up to you, you gotta know that right haymaker.
You have to know. Like, okay, this guy means business.
Yeah.
And if you throw a haymaker of that wild caliber, you have to be expected of someone to get in your ribs and dump you. And that guy just, I don't know.
He telegraphed it more than any punch I've ever seen.
That guy has to be like the most suburban guy ever to not know that haymaker was coming.
And he even the guy even winced before he cocked back.
Right. He's still holding his water bottle, like has no idea what's going on.
No, and I believe that right after that haymaker was thrown, that Stenhouse's dad came over and tackled him. Because I think when he hit that stack of tires, he started screaming, "Dad!"
But honestly, I think it's good for a sport though.
It
Just
is
having that fury, that fight. You know.
You just watch that horizon on the collarbone. As soon as that,
Like he didn't even follow up with a clean left after it. He just swung something just crazy.
There was a fighting coach I saw. He was doing a conference or something. He was saying he talking about street fights, and he was like, "I'm telling you right now," he said, 90% of the time they're getting ready to throw a right haymaker because they think that's the most comfortable punch they have, and so they think it's the strongest punch they have. And he said 9 times out of 10 when they're throwing it, just lean the top of your head and just break his hand, because not a lot of people, when they're throwing a punch, a lot of people flex their hand right before it makes contact. They're not really flexing beforehand. They said a lot of times you can just lean in and just catch them before they have it. Just so many obstacles to get into a fight around. It's a good angle. Yep.
He even has the Kurt Angle eyes, that Kurt Angle meme when he even has those eyes going you gotta know something's coming.
And it seemed like all 20 people around knew it was coming too.
Yeah. I don't think this guy really wanted to get into the fight.
Oh, what was that?
I think it's his dad that jumped in. I think Stenhouse's dad showed that fight. Oh, that's funny.
That's always the entertaining thing about those fights is the periphery people that start getting into it as well.
Yeah, I know. After it happened, they separated him. Kyle Busch thought them. He's like, we got one of the last places. You suck. I suck. Get over it. Go to the next race. And I was hoping Q's came in just because I was going to ask him what brought this on, because I don't know. I know there was probably just contact made during the race.
The worst thing though is getting grabbed during a fight. Like, I think that's the most dangerous thing that can
Yeah.
happen. Somebody grabbing you and you're intense. Like, I understand, like, we want to break it up. We don't want this to happen. But if you grab me and the other guy
Yeah.
and just have a free shot of me,
Yeah. You're
like,
not helping.
nah, just get out of the way. Let us handle this like men.
We, the bar down the road, I won't mention the name of it or who was involved. I'll bleep him out. We had and with us and into a fight. Real big guy, little guy.
Right.
So outside, and I'll just keep bleeping this, but he's outside in the parking lot squaring up and jumps on his back like a monkey and just hanging on and trying to throw him off like with his hands is like this other guy's like throwing jabs.
You're on his side.
That was a wild night. And what brought it on was like the guy that he fought had a birthday party at the bar, and he brought like 2 belly busters from Pizza Express, and like as like everything's getting heated, you look over the belly busters and in there taking slices. Oh, what's that? What's that say right there about the? Oh, okay. I thought I saw that 1 million. I didn't know if that was a fine or not.
Oh.
Wonder how much they got fined for that. 75K. Yeah. 75K fine. What's the WNBA climate looking like? How's Caitlin doing? I've heard she's gotten into a little bit of trouble. I think maybe the other girls are just like gunning for her.
Yeah, they're being physical. I mean, the WNBA is actually awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome right now.
It's really popped this year too.
Yeah.
It's really popped.
The girl from Tennessee, her name escapes me right now.
I know her face. I don't know her name.
She's really came on strong. Angel Reese's came on strong, and it's really surprising that like the headline has been like about Caitlin Clark, just because she's not really doing that great. But like it should really be about why, Angel Reese and the other girl from Tennessee, how their game has translated to the WNBA and they're being successful.
Yeah.
I think Caitlin will be. I think she'll be really good though.
She went to the Indiana, who's had the first pick the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's going to like the Las Vegas Aces or something.
Yeah. It's like Kyrie when he came to the Cavs.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll take, but I mean, you're gonna have to get used to the physicality.
Yeah.
That's
in college they bailed her out.
Right.
Like, you've seen it in a tournament when they played WVU down the stretch. They were being real physical with Caitlin, and they were calling the fouls, kind of like in Boston. They bought them jokers up in Boston.
Yeah, and that's the same for NBA rookies too. You just got to get used to that. It's a different level of physicality when you get to that level.
Plus, you're getting used to the whole speed of the game.
But just the skill level in both leagues it's ridiculous now. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's a fun game. Like I've told you before, that I haven't even seen a men's NCAA game in maybe 3 years. I've been watching the women's NCAA tournament for the past 3 years. I watched the finals last year between the Aces and the Liberty, and that was a pretty good series between them two. And I think they have a really good thing going right now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to skyrocket. You see women just getting better. Like they're just getting, the game is just more aesthetically pleasing to watch.
Yeah.
And they're just getting really good at skills and wherever else has you at this sport.
I know monetarily wise too. They said like these opening games are selling out. They're getting real expensive tickets, especially what team's Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. Wow.
Indiana Fever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they actually play each other June 1st. The Fever and Angel Reese's team, Chicago.
Now, is there a dynasty that exists like in WNBA, like say like the Warriors a couple years ago? Is there like the Aces? Okay.
Yeah. They've got a pretty good thing going.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because Scott's you could tell from the last episode, he's anti-LeBron. He knows that Jordan can beat him.
I don't want to be on an episode when Scott's talking basketball.
Oh, but do you guys think like the speed of this game, like if you would put Jordan in today's game, do you think he would excel the way he did back then, or do you think
I mean, it's hard because like these
Different
arguments,
games.
it's different climate. People grew up in different generations. I mean,
It's so hard. Like it's
You just
it's
can't-
honestly an impossible conversation.
it really is. It's
Yeah.
like you can't. It's so different now. I
Yeah.
mean, nowadays a 13-year-old will cross you up at the park and hit a 300. The skill levels now. I mean, the physicality is not the same because I mean, I guess they just let it go a little bit more. It's just that was more of the style.
Right.
But
The LeBron Jordan debate will go on for
until there's a new like
right.
and really two
New
different
guy.
positions too.
yeah.
I mean, it really was because LeBron's always been a point forward. He's had the ball in his hands, like running the offense all the time. LeBron and Jordan, I'm sure, did that sometimes, but he was also the scorer that had a point guard.
Yeah.
What I would say though, to just kind of put a chip in that debate, is that we have not seen another LeBron yet. But comparison to Jordan, they compared Kobe to Jordan. Who
Okay, that's a
I
good
mean,
point.
granted,
Yeah.
beautiful game.
Mhm.
I'll take that. But they've compared Anthony Edwards to Jordan as well. You've seen a lot of those comparisons coming out.
Yeah,
We haven't seen anyone being compared to LeBron.
Yeah, the next
Right.
one up.
really, the only close thing is Luca. I mean, just the play style, but that's not even a conversation. There's really hasn't.
That's just in style.
Yeah, but
yeah.
he's never had. He's nowhere near the athleticism as
Right.
especially a young LeBron. I'll always have like. I mean, I grew up a Cleveland fan, so I'm always gonna root for LeBron. I mean, it's just when you do that your whole life, it's like and Kyrie. It's just it's just you've seen them watching when they're rookies and everything. You're gonna cheer for them, but yeah,
Plus, I mean,
it's a played out debate too. It really is.
It really is.
We've never seen anybody doing the things that LeBron's doing right now.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see if those that come after can do the same things that LeBron's doing right now. I mean, was he 39, 40 years
You
old
think
right
he'll be
now,
40
and
this
he's
next
still
season?
going for averaging, 20-something a night?
Yeah.
And, have damn near triple-double. Like, that's unreal. Playing against guys that weren't even born yet when he came into the league. So.
Yeah, especially like, yeah. Like in his older age too, if he would go ring chasing with just a bunch of killers on a team, that just gets him open all the time. I mean, he could still be putting up these numbers. Man, my knees would be sore.
But he's always been famous for the recovery. I mean,
Yeah.
he was doing things at hyperbaric chambers and stuff years before like it became
McGregor
a
was studying the way
popular
he
thing,
was
yeah.
recovering. And then Bronny, he announced for the draft, or he's kind of like he put his name in, but he's kind of like singing.
Yeah, he's going through the draft workouts and the draft.
Yeah.
Like the NFL does with the combine. NBA has a combine, but he's set up to where like if he doesn't get drafted, he can go back to college.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know for sure, but it looks like he may be going to Duquesne. Keith Danbrought retired or stepped down there. Drew Joyce came in there. So the city of Pittsburgh might be crazy if Bronny doesn't get drafted. You'll have LeBron and Savannah. You'll have Paul Skeens and Liv Dune.
Yeah.
And then you'll have Russell Wilson and Sierra. Like, there's just so many.
Yeah,
that's true.
City of Pittsburgh will be crazy next year, next couple years, if that's what happens.
Let's get away from sports a little bit with this debate. Who won, Kendrick or Drake? I put this on my Facebook. I'm going to put my chip in for Kendrick because Drake responded to his A minor line with "You have to be sharp." B sharp isn't a musical note; it doesn't exist in music. So that was my okay. Well, he won that.
Kendrick easy.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's not close.
Yeah,
he made a West Coast anthem.
Yeah,
an anthem. It's
not like us is everywhere.
He played that. He played that for me when we were driving like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like,
right.
Yeah, because when you can like analyze the lyrics like a second time after you listen, like, oh, I didn't catch that. Oh, it's like it's pretty intricate.
And when I real like the DJ Mustard beat, when you first heard it, it's like the West Coast is going to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live on the West Coast,
yeah,
but it's like, it's unreal. It's unreal to make an anthem to where you have a whole coast of people to feel like, you know what, this is our summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't compete with that. And it's actually tough to beat Drake at the sport of rapping
Yeah.
because of the pettiness the level of pettiness he goes to, but just because he has like a nonchalant flow, like he can get on the beat and it's just like me and you talking right now.
Yeah.
But it sounds like perfect. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's that just the nonchalant flow it's tough to beat that, but Kendrick easy.
Yeah, he's just one of the best lyricists ever.
What started it?
I don't.
I think they've been throwing jabs at each other for a
Yeah.
long time, and finally it was just like, all right, let's do it.
Probably somebody wrote like a little rhyme thinking like, oh, he won't get that mad about it. Then he heard a
Yeah.
response and then it just made it back and forth.
Right.
I did see that there was like gunshots outside of Drake's house recently too. Like
They said that was for him in the weekend. I thought the weekend was on OVO. I'm really confused about that whole situation, but
yeah.
yeah. Perfect timing though.
Yeah.
If you're Kendrick, you can just sit back and be like,
And
Yeah,
who was
good opportunity to make some platinum hits.
Yeah. And then wasn't somebody like feeding another side like with false information or something?
That's what Drake said he was.
I'm like,
but even the
why
false
can't you-
information wasn't like.
Why couldn't you just beat him by being a lyricist? Who cares if like,
Right.
he's like wrong if you were the one that was feeding that? After this episode, we're going to go and Luke provided some ribs
Yeah, we got
from
some
the
bourbon
farm,
glazed ribs.
bourbon
in there.
glazed ribs. So I saw that the farm recently got pizzas back on Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays we call it cheap steak. It's sirloin night and pizza night. Fridays we always do different cod and different specials. We do prime rib on Saturdays and Sundays are more for ribs, roast beef, chicken and dumplings. Just just farm style food. But
Yeah, we had we ordered those pizzas last week. And we got a Philly steak, chicken bacon ranch, and I think you got like a spinach and pepper one, and they were good. I don't go down with ranch, but I love the other two.
yeah, we had a good weekend, which was surprising. Memorial Day weekends for any restaurant or any place, it's definitely slow, but it was good. We had a great weekend, and we have awesome customers. We really do. We got so many people that live around us that come twice, 2-3 times a week, even though we're only open 4 days. And
Mm-hmm.
we had people come from over 3 hours away to take a country drive down there today. So we get a lot of feedback. Me as a chef, I actually get to meet a lot of the people we cook for, and it's a really good environment. It's we just want to thank the customers because we'd be nowhere without just people supporting and coming and checking on us. We got a lot of weddings this summer, a lot of showers, different parties. So
it's a good looking pie right there too.
Oh yeah.
I had to check that out.
Yeah, I had the
Really
Philly
good.
steak. It was really, really good. And I liked it how like there wasn't too much sauce or cheese to where like anything fell off when you took a bite.
yeah.
That was really
Good
good.
portions.
Do you have anything? This will come out Tuesday, so do you have anything coming up this coming weekend that's not in the normal as far as specials?
No, I don't think it's gonna be like anything crazy this week. I mean, we'll see what the availability of the product. We'll kind of see pricing tomorrow of what I'd like to get in. But next week we'll probably just do a lot of people love like bourbon glazed meatloaf, roast beef, and I think ribs next Sunday. Saturday, different. Most of the time we'll have some kind of surf and turf special. Just like a nice fillet and like some lobster tail or shrimp or something like that. But no, we have a wedding next Saturday. And we've had some. I mean, the people have really decorated the room to look awesome out there.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll bring in their. I mean, every time I've worked there, they said this was my vision, like perfectly the way they decorate that new addition.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sally and everybody up there, all the customers. You had some neighbors' goats kept coming up trying to get some food.
Actually, one was splattered all over the road the other day. So
Oh, really?
yeah, the last one
Oh,
remaining.
no.
The last one remaining. was eating our bush, and then the customer came and said, "There's a goat painted on the road."
Oh no!
But
You make lamb chops as a special, as a different
No.
animal.
no, we were too busy back there to go grab it, so we couldn't do it.
Trying to think if there's any other news like around our area. I know that Wheeling had a big mayoral election that we have no part of. I had Johnny Haught in here, and I just asked him about his running for that District 4 of Wheeling. Yeah, for Hot for House. And out of an hour and a half interview, we talked about that for 5 to 6 minutes, and the amount of like comments and messages I got for people calling me an enemy, calling me an ally. It's like, I'm on the other side of the river. I don't know, and I don't care.
The second you get people though, like accusing you of something from a little conversation, like you don't really need to worry about those opinions anyway.
Yeah. Well, guys, want to wrap this up? We had a lot of sports talk in this one.
Yeah.
I figured we were going to have the other show premiere this week. We were going to film tonight, but we had some cancellations. Had some people had to work over and miss, so we had some fill-ins. We kind of constructed one on the fly tonight. Grabbed Kay to help us bring stuff up on the computer. We appreciate you. So, Kay, what is the number one Taylor Swift song off the new album, in your opinion?
My favorite is Guilty as Sin.
Guilty as Sin.
That's my favorite.
I'll have to check that out.
Is that about Travis? There's so many stories out right now about Taylor going like he's changing her. She's out drinking more. She's like being more aggressive. Can you bring up before we go out? Can you search NFL changing the schedule to around her tour, which is wild. Did you see this?
Is that real?
I don't know. I saw that rumor that the NFL got together with her, figured out her tour schedule so that she could make more games, Kansas City games.
Because what if they break up?
More viewers. Yeah.
Tony,
I mean, think of it from their perspective, though. I mean, if you get more viewership, then why not do it? More money.
Right.
No, there's no way.
Like the
Because
Super
what if
Bowl.
they break up?
That'd be a rabbit hole to dive down. Like,
Yeah, I would. They jumped on Tony Romo and Jessica
it's
Simpson when they
weird.
dated back in the
That was
2000s.
the Hollywood Reporter. ESPN says yes.
Yeah. All righty, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for putting together this episode last minute. We're going to go enjoy some bourbon-glazed ribs now. Yeah. Thank you, Kay. That's Sage and Soul Decor Rental. Thank you for Farm Restaurant and Pub at Mount Pleasant, Ohio for the ribs.